everyone, I'm Melissa here and welcome to your Melissa Moment. Hello everyone, Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moment. Okay guys, this is an update video. So just talking in this one. Sorry, there's no boxes to unwrap today. I was going to do this in two separate videos, but I think we're just going to do it all in one. We're going to talk about my bariatric update, and we're going to talk about my strength training update. They kind of go hand in hand, so let's start there. If you're new, hi and welcome. I'm Melissa. I talk about almost everything, and we do lots of unboxing videos on my channel and lots of fun DIY projects, so it's kind of a little bit of everything here. I had bariatric surgery in April 25th of 2022. As I'm recording this video, it is December 18th of 2022. So, what is that? A little over 6 months ago? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, like 8 months ago. Okay, something like that. So just to kind of update you on that, when I went in for surgery, I was about 260 pounds. I am currently sitting at 203. So I'm almost 60 pounds down in about whatever that was, 8 months or so. That sounds, you know what, don't get me wrong, that's great. That is amazing. Am I happy with it? Yeah, I'm happy I'm down that much weight. Of course. I feel like I could do better. Let's be honest. I feel like I could do better. This is actually, and this sounds horrible, but you guys, we're an open book here and things happen. So this is actually my second weight loss surgery I've had. I first had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy in 2010 in Mexico, and I lost about 100 pounds from November 2010 to October 2011. So yeah, I lost a lot of weight there. That was phenomenal. That was vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Okay. Lost a lot of weight. Everything was great. I kept the weight off for like 5 years. Everything was fantastic. I ended up getting pregnant with our miracle baby. We struggled to conceive, so it was a miracle when we got pregnant. Very excited, very thrilled about that. I gained some weight through the pregnancy. After labor and delivery, I had a lot of issues trying to get rid of the weight I gained, and I just started putting more and more weight on. Didn't seem to matter what I did. It wasn't getting me anywhere. So long story short, decided to go on the wait list here in Saskatchewan, where I live, for another weight loss surgery. Now, at the time I went on the wait list, the doctor was hesitant to put me on because at that time I was overweight, according to the little chart, but I wasn't like morbidly overweight. So he was like, I don't know. I mean, I guess we can throw you on there. So of course, by the time the surgery actually rolled around, I was morbidly obese. I had put on a lot of weight. So this time around, I ended up having a gastric bypass. Now remember, I already had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So if you're unfamiliar with that, they remove 80% of your stomach and they leave you with like a little banana-shaped pouch, is basically what that is. Great success with that surgery. Everything was fine. Now, I went to Mexico for that one. There was not a lot of support. At the time, it was a fairly new procedure as well, back in 2010. So yeah, I didn't have a lot of support. I didn't have a lot of guidance. Fast forward to now, they decided to do a gastric bypass on me. I mean, ultimately it was my choice. I had already had the vertical sleeve, you know, so they did the gastric bypass on me. Knowing what I know now, I'm wondering if I should have had a vertical sleeve again. And the reason I say that, I don't know if this is because this is my second weight loss surgery or what. I don't feel very successful with this surgery. It's been said, when you have weight loss surgery, doesn't matter what it is, you get full faster, right? Which makes sense because either you have a small little pouch or, you know, the gastric bypass, again, you have a small little pouch. I have never felt full. I've never felt full, you guys. I've never had that issue. I've never been like eating and be like, oh, I'm full. I can still eat a full plate of food that I used to eat before surgery with no issue. I don't know why. Again, I don't know if it's because this is the second weight loss surgery or if something wasn't done right, or I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. I don't know why. I have brought up my concerns from day one with the bariatric surgical team, and no one seems to care. Every time I bring it up, they always say, oh, well, that's good. That means that you're eating the right amount. That means you're listening to your body. It's like, no, you don't understand. I'm eating more than I should be. I'm aware I'm eating more than I should be. I'm not getting a signal that I'm full now. Like, to me, this is a problem. Because one of the reasons I'm in this situation is because I eat too much. This is supposed to help me with that. This is supposed to be a tool to help me learn when I'm eating too much, and it's not working. Don't get me started on the bariatric team. It's fine. So I'm wondering if I had had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy for a second time, if I'd be more successful than I am right now. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful that I've lost, 55 pounds. Absolutely. Do I feel like I'm behind where I should be? Yes. Yes, I do. I feel like I've lost more weight. Now, with this said, and I know you shouldn't compare yourself to people, but I do, because I think that's human nature. Most people compare themselves to others. My husband also had weight loss surgery. He also had a gastric bypass. This was his first weight loss surgery. He had it before me, okay? My husband, I'm about 8 months out of surgery. My husband is, what is he? Probably about 18 months out of surgery. So he's about a year ahead of me, I guess. Is that right? Yeah, 15 months. I don't know. He's ahead of me anyway. My husband has been very, very successful with his weight loss surgery. Now, with that said, we're both doing it differently, okay? Number one, he's a man, I'm a woman. That is a big game changer right there, because if you have ever tried to lose weight with your male partner or spouse, you know that men seem to lose weight easier and faster than women. It just seems to be a hormonal thing, right? But he has been very successful, and I'm very proud of him for losing the weight. And that's the way it was for me first time round. The weight fell off. It didn't really matter what I ate or that I wasn't exercising at all. Because the first time, I didn't do any exercising, you guys. I did zero exercising. I didn't eat great. And the weight fell off. This time around, I feel like I'm eating better than I did the first time. And I'm also doing strength training this time. And I feel like the weight is not falling off. It's a struggle. It is a struggle every day. I am plateauing so much. I have been between 203 and 206 pounds, fluctuating for a month now. And that seems to be what happens. I am desperate to get below 200. Once you get below 200, we call it Wonderland because your weight starts with a 1. That's kind of my first goal, is to get into Wonderland. I wanted to be in Wonderland as of December 11th. It's December 18th, and today I weighed in at 204. I cannot get there. It's such a struggle, and it's hard to stay focused and not get discouraged because it's really difficult. It's also really hard because I want to be happy for my husband. I want to be proud of my husband, but I'm struggling. So, he comes home and he walks around all like, oh, I'm one blah blah, and I feel great, I'm thin, and blah blah, look at my pants, there's and I'm happy for him because I've been there before. I know how great it feels. But on the other hand, I'm like, it's like, here I am. And most times I feel like I'm doing better than him when it comes to proper nutrition and working out and being consistent than what he is. And it's just falling off him, and I'm struggling. So it's frustrating. But I don't know, like, it's so difficult. And I feel like there's really no support. The bariatric team keeps saying, we're here to support you. We're here for you. They say it, but they're not. They're not, you guys. And I really wish they were, because I've brought my concerns up to them and no one seems to care. No one has. And the other thing is, if you talk to multiple people in the bariatric team and you ask the exact same question or tell them your concern, and it's the exact same concern you tell different people, you will get a different answer from every single person you talk to. There's no consistency. None. Which makes it frustrating too, because it's like, who do you believe, right? Who do you take advice from? It's so frustrating. None of them are on the same page. None of them are really there for you. It's frustrating. So yeah, I'm doing okay. I just wish I was doing better. Now with that said, don't get me wrong. We're in the holidays right now. I do feel like I am definitely eating some things I probably shouldn't be, right? Like Christmas time, I've definitely had more cookies and chocolates than I probably should have. I am also drinking, caffeine. Now this is another thing, because they said, don't drink caffeine or alcohol for a year after surgery. This is what they've said. Now, I've been very good about not doing alcohol. I'm waiting the full year before I drink alcohol. And for that, the reason is, number one, I like alcohol. It's also a lot of empty calories. And I just don't want to have those calories right now. I'm trying to maximize the first 12 months of my surgery, because that's when you're going to lose weight the easiest. After 12 months, it gets harder. So I'm trying to maximize that. Now, my goal is to be at 175 pounds by April 25th. That's my goal. That would be where I want to be. I don't know if I'm going to get there, you guys. I'm struggling so bad right now. Like, that's 30 pounds. Now, that's 4 months. It's doable, but I'm struggling. So we'll see. We'll see if I get there. So I haven't been drinking the alcohol. I have been drinking the coffee, and I've been drinking the coffee for quite a while now. And the reason I'm drinking coffee is I talked to my surgeon and I asked him about it. I'm like, okay, let's talk alcohol and caffeine, because I like tea. It started with tea, right? And I like black tea, and there's caffeine in black tea. And my surgeon said, I'll be honest with you, I don't know why they say not to drink caffeine within the first year. I don't think there's any issue with it. I don't see any problems. Go ahead and have a tea here and there. So my surgeon said caffeine was fine. I mean, and I'm not the kind of person that's drinking like 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day. I've never been a huge coffee drinker, but especially in the winter, I like my Starbucks, right? So I'll have like maybe not even one a day, maybe like 4 times a week I'll have a Starbucks or something like that, right? Another thing I like about the caffeine is, for me, caffeine is an appetite suppressant. So like I will have this and I won't be hungry until like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So again, nutritional wise, probably not the best choice, but whatever, right? So, yeah. But I'm struggling. I'll be honest. I'm struggling. I don't know. I thought it would be easier this time round, I guess, and I feel like it's harder. And I don't know if it's because I have started strength training. As soon as I got the green light after surgery to start working out, which was about my 3-month mark after surgery, I joined a strength training program, and I've been in it since then. 3 times a week, strength training, bench press, deadlifts, squats. And I really enjoy it. I'm actually to the point where I like going, and I like the people in my class, and I like my instructor, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if that is slowing down my weight loss. Now, don't get me wrong. I've lost a lot of inches, but the weight on the scale isn't really going down that much. I do think this is the right way to do it, though, is with the strength training, because I'm getting stronger. Like the first time I did it, I didn't do any strength training. I had a lot of extra skin. Now, I still have extra skin. Don't get me wrong. You can't get rid of it. Like, you can't. The only way to get rid of that excess skin is surgery. You can't. But I feel like the first time I had my weight loss surgery, the only way I can describe the way I looked was deflated. That's the only way I can describe it. Just a lot of hanging skin. You look thin, but it's obvious you used to be a bigger person. This time around, I feel like I look healthier than I did the first time around. And I think a lot of that has to do with the strength training. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to continue with the strength training. That's not going to stop for me. If anything, I'm going to increase it. I've got some big plans coming for the new year. I'm going to talk about that in the next video, though, because that's a whole thing on its own. But the bariatric team, like I said, not supportive at all. They say they are, but they're not. For example, the only real communication we have with them is every month they send out a newsletter. You guys, it's December 18th today. No, it's the 19th today. It's the 19th today, you guys. Over halfway through December. And I just received the December newsletter. The month is almost over, you guys. Like, really? And I mean, the newsletter is full of tips and tricks on how to get through the holidays, right? Without overeating, without overindulging. Well, you know what? It's December. I think a lot of us start indulging on December 1st. So this newsletter should have come out at the end of November. Why am I getting it on December 19th? Like, seriously? I don't know who's putting your newsletter together, but you know it comes out every month. You should start working on it early enough so that you can have it out at a decent time, you would think. If you're really there to support us, if you really want us to be successful, don't you think this information we should have had before December 19th? Just saying. Like, how hard can it be? It's a newsletter. You email it to your patients. I don't know. So there were tips in there on how to make it through the holidays. Could have used those 3 weeks ago. Also, it said in there that they have a new social worker. So if you're unfamiliar, when you go for bariatric surgery, you meet with a lot of different people. Okay, you've got your surgeon, obviously, who does your surgery. You have very little contact with your surgeon. You will meet with your surgeon before surgery. You will meet with your surgeon after the surgery. You will see your surgeon at your 3-month follow-up, because that's in person. That's really the only contact you have with your surgeon. Okay. Then you have the receptionist, who you talk to a lot, probably more than anyone. You talk to the receptionist, which is interesting. You have the dietitian. I was going to say nutritionist, but dietitian, to talk about your food. You will talk with a nurse, a registered nurse. You will talk with a, are they a physiotherapist? Basically someone about your exercise. I think she's technically a physiotherapist. Okay. And then you talk to a social worker who is supposed to, you know, help with the mental, emotional side of things. Okay. Here's the thing. The bariatric team, and I know it's difficult everywhere, but the amount of staff turnover is insane. Like in this newsletter, it's like, hey, we have a new social worker. Well, that really sucks because I loved the old social worker. She was amazing. Loved her. Out of everyone on the team, she was my favorite. Okay? There's a new one. So you know what that means. Number one, it means they know nothing about me or my case or my history or anything. So great. There's no connection there. I'm just another chart on their desk, right? Which is frustrating because when you're going through something like this and they say they're supportive and they say they're there for you, you want someone who's been with you through the journey, who knows who you are, who knows the problems you've already faced. Because if it's one thing I've learned, before they pick up the phone to call you, they don't even read your file. The last time I had, so the surgical team and everything, the bariatric, is in Regina, Saskatchewan. I live in Saskatoon, which is like 2.5 hours away. So for the most part, when you go for, you have like a follow-up appointment. So like every 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, you have your follow-up appointments. For the most part, they let you choose to go in person or over the phone. Because I'm 2.5 hours away, I usually choose over the phone because I don't want to have to drive to Regina and back on the same day, especially in winters in Saskatchewan. And it's usually a waste of my time anyway. So, where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so the last time I had a follow-up, it was the registered nurse who called me. And again, it was a new registered nurse. She hadn't even read my file before she picked up the phone. Like again, read the file. Get to know the person you're calling. You should already know stuff about me without me having to tell you everything from square one. So I find that frustrating as well. So I guarantee you, I've got my 6-month follow-up. No, sorry. My 9-month follow-up in January. So the receptionist called me here like last week saying, yeah, we need to schedule you for your 9-month follow-up. I'm like, okay, great. She goes, do you want to come in person or over the phone? So, well, considering I'm in Saskatoon, let's do over the phone. She's like, oh, okay. So I have it booked, and she said it's going to be with the social worker. So that's the new social worker. So I guarantee you, he probably hasn't read my file. And you guys, I've been very kind and patient up to this point, and I was especially kind and patient until I had my surgery, because I was worried if I was, you know, demanding or whatever before surgery that they would cancel me, or, you know, you never know, right? So now that I've had the surgery, I'm on the other side of it. I mean, they're not giving me support anyway. I'm going to be a little bit more, what's the word? Not difficult, but, and not, I don't like the word demanding, but I'm going to stand up for myself and my health is basically what I'm going to do. So when the social worker calls me in January, I feel like the first thing I'm going to say is, hi, have you read through my file? Do you know about my case? And if they answer no, I feel like what I'm going to say is, oh, well, why don't you take 5 minutes to read through my file and then give me a phone call back? Thanks, bye. And then hang up on them. Because I'm sick and tired of them not putting in the time and effort. That makes me feel like you don't give a crap about me. That makes me feel like I'm just another case on your desk that you're trying to get through these phone calls. That's not what this is. At least that's not what this should be. So I think I'm going to be a little bit more, upfront and stand up for myself and say, nope, get your crap together, because this is the field you chose and you're dealing with people and health. You're going to need to put a little more effort in, because I'm done. I'm done. Like, what are they doing for me? Nothing. They're doing nothing for me. So whatever. Now, I'm a little frustrated because I wanted to give you guys an update on my weight loss progress. Now, here's the thing. When I first started strength training, I took my weight and measurements. And then when I was halfway through my first strength training session, I took my weight and measurements. And when I was finished, I took my weight and measurements. Okay? Then I just finished my second strength training. I didn't do weight and measurements halfway through this time, but I did it at the end. I wanted to compare it all and share that with you, because I don't think I've done that yet. But I cannot find my weight and measurements from my first round of strength training. I wrote them down on a piece of paper. But then we renovated our house and we literally emptied our whole main floor and threw everything like in the basement and in our bedroom. And I don't know where that little piece of paper is. So I'm a little frustrated because I have nothing to compare. I also told my trainer I would send her my updated measurements and weight based on my last strength training. And I haven't been able to do that because I don't know what they were. It's so frustrating to me, you guys, because I have no clue. I do have, let me find it here. Let me find it, because I kind of learned a little bit, and now I did put it in my phone. So that's fine. So I'll give you the information I do have, okay? And it's just, 1 second, because I know I sent my trainer the first time round how much inches I lost. I was hoping to give you like the actual breakdown of like, because I took measurements like on my neck and my chest. I was hoping to give you like, the whole breakdown, but I just don't have that. Okay, so let's do this here. 1 moment. Okay, so I started my first strength training July 5th of 2022. I should put 2022 here. Okay, my starting weight was 223.2 pounds. My ending weight was 212.8 pounds. And my last class was on September 1st. Okay, so about 3 months. So in 3 months, I lost 10.4 pounds and 17.75 inches in 3 months. So like I said, losing 10 pounds in 3 months, not a lot. Not a lot at all. That's not even a pound a week. But I lost 17.75 inches. That to me is huge. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. And I feel like for myself, I get really caught up on the scale. It's all about the number on the scale. So I have in my head what I want the number on the scale to show, and it isn't, but I lost almost 18 inches overall. in 3 months. So that I'm proud of. Now, I started my next strength training on September 7th of 2022, and it ended on December 7th. Okay. So again, 3 months. I do not have the inches lost because I don't know to compare to the first time round. But again, when I started, my weight was 212.6 pounds and my ending weight was 205.2. So I lost 7.4 pounds my second time round. Less pounds than the first time round, and this just proves I'm struggling to lose the weight. But I don't know inch-wise what I lost, if anything. So in 6 months, I lost 17.8 pounds. So I feel like it's slow. I feel like it's not where it should be. With that said, I feel good. I think I look healthy. I'm starting to get a little bit more muscle tone. You know, I'm definitely getting stronger, that kind of thing. So I still have a long way to go. I have all these goals in my head, of what I want to hit by when, that kind of thing. I'm definitely hard on myself. I know for a fact that I'm eating pretty good, but I could definitely be eating better. So I've got a lot of plans for the new year. I got a lot of things happening. I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But that's kind of the update of where I am with my bariatric surgery and my strength training. So that's kind of where we're at. And again, like I've asked my bariatric team, like, hey, I feel like I'm not losing enough weight. Am I on track according to what you guys know about, like, is this where I should be, or am I not where? And again, they all like, oh no, you're doing great. Oh yeah, no, that's fantastic. And it's like, they don't give me the confidence that they know what they're talking about. They just don't. I don't feel like they know what they're talking about. And there's a part of me, I have this really bad habit of wanting to fix everything, because my experience is nobody does their job right. Things could be so much better. Like there's so many things that I feel as a bariatric team, if they really are there to support their patients like they say they are, there's so many things I feel they should be doing that they're not doing. And a lot of it I think is easy. Like number one, get your newsletters out on time, not 3/4 of the way through the month. Get them out on time, people. It's a newsletter. Number two, I think they should have support groups, like in-person or Zoom support groups in like cities. Like I think Regina should have a support group. I think Saskatoon should have a support group. I think they should have these support groups once a week where you get together and you talk about your concerns, or you share recipes, or you share exercise programs, or you, give tips and advice, and you celebrate your non-scale victories. And, I feel like starting that community and having that support would help people stay on track and hit their goals easier and quicker. I think they should have, again, in each city, like a clothing swap, because when you're losing weight, you can't keep wearing the same clothes, and it gets expensive, because when you lose weight quickly, you go through clothes quickly, and you don't want to lose 10 pounds, go buy a whole new wardrobe, and then in 2 weeks, you're down another size or two, and now the clothes you just bought are too big. It's a waste of money. But you also can't go around wearing the same baggy clothes for too long, because you look ridiculous, and you want to be comfortable. So I think they need to have a clothing swap where again, each city has a place where you go and you take all the clothes that are too big for you, and you give them and say, these clothes are too big for me. and then you're able to go and pick out clothes in the size you need, and you take those. And it's free. You swap them, you trade them, because everyone going through this is at different sizes, right? Some people, when they go in for surgery, they're 400 pounds. Some people go in for surgery are 200 pounds. So you're going to have this wide variety of sizes. So again, I think that would be helpful, because a lot of people can't afford to buy clothes, you know, even when they're not going through bariatric surgery. It's hard out there right now. There's not a lot of money right now. So I think that would be awesome. Like all these little things they could do to support us, to, you know, I think would be fantastic. These are all great ideas. So there's a part of me that's like, maybe I should start a support group. Would people come? I don't know. Would I even be able to do that? I don't know. How would I get in touch with all these people? I don't know. I don't know. That's the other thing. They never really let us get in touch with other patients. Like there was a couple times we had to go and have classes there where there were other patients in the same room as us, but we didn't really get a chance to talk or anything. But even like on surgery day, in the hospital, you'd think it would make sense to put me in a recovery room with another bariatric patient, but they didn't. Like it would have been nice to know these people. And it wasn't until after I had surgery that I found out one of the other patients who had surgery on the same day as me was from Saskatoon, where I'm from. I'm like, we could have carpooled together to get down to Regina. Like, again, if we had known who these people were, then we could have connected. We could have had that support for each other, because we're not getting it from the bariatric team, that's for sure. So that would have been nice. And I understand that because it's health and stuff, you know, they can't give out this information. But how hard would it be to ask every single patient that they see, hi, you know, are you okay if, you know, you sign a piece of paper or whatever that says, yeah, I'm okay to be put in touch with other bariatric patients, or no, I don't want to have my information given to other patients, or what, like, right? And then if you want to be in touch with other patients, they can say, okay, everyone who wants to be in touch, here's a list of names, where they live, and a phone number or whatever, right? So you can either text or call and say, hi, I'm also in the program. You know, like, I don't know. I'm just ideas, just to try to get more support out there, because it's difficult. I mean, yeah, my husband and I were going through this in a sense together, but he had his surgery before me. You know, he's at a different stage than I'm at. And he's losing the weight at a different rate than I am. So I don't feel like him and I have a very big connection. Also, his diet and my diet are different. He likes to do keto. I do not. So like, it's not like we can even share a meal. You know, it would be different. I had this stupid thought that, wow, after my husband has surgery and after I have surgery, you know, we can't eat a lot. My husband loves to eat out. He's like, take me to a restaurant, take me to a drive-through. He will eat out every single meal, every single day, and be happy. I'm more of the person that I eat at home. But I thought this would help. Like, hey, after we both have surgery, neither one of us can eat a lot. Wouldn't it be great? Now we can go to a restaurant and get one meal and share it. And number one, the bill goes down. And number two, we're not overeating. I mean, that was a stupid thought I had, because we've gone to restaurants since our surgeries and we just don't like the same things. So it's like, no, you know, I'll be like, hey, let's get a salad. And he's like, no. I'm like, okay. Like, you know, again, here I am trying to eat healthy, trying to share food to make it more cost efficient and better for us. And he's just very much in his own world. So that's fine. So again, even though we're going through the same journey in a sense, there's no support there. You know what I mean? So if I was in touch with some other bariatric patients, maybe, you know, it'd be a little easier to have more support and that kind of thing, and someone to talk to about this, because I can't be the only one who's struggling to lose the weight and struggling, you know, with these goals and not reaching them and stuff. So it would be nice to have someone to talk to who can share in that with me. But whatever, you know, that's just the way it goes. That's fine. So those are kind of my updates. Sorry guys, this video turned into kind of a long update. But I just wanted to kind of share my experience. And again, this is solely my experience. I am not a doctor. I am not, you know, trained in any of this stuff. This is just what I've gone through, what my experience is. There's other people in the bariatric program that I'm sure are thrilled with the level of support they're getting from the bariatric team. I'm sure there's patients who are thrilled with their weight loss. And, you know, this is just my experience. Everyone is different. It's not that it's been a horrible experience. I mean, the goal was to have the surgery. That happened. I'm excited and happy about that because it was a long time to get there, like over 3 years, 5 years. I can't even remember. It took forever. But we finally got there, and that was the goal. So that's great. So now I've come to the realization that there is no support. So I got to rely on myself, which is fine. That's basically what my life is me relying on myself. So I'm going to have to put on my big girl panties and do a lot of research and figure stuff out and find what works and start doing it, because it's very clear no one's going to help me with it. So that's where I'm at. I will try to do more update videos on this in the future. Again, I haven't done a whole lot because there hasn't been much to share with you guys, to be honest. The progress just isn't there like I was hoping it would be. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this update video. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you guys are going through bariatric surgery, whether you're on the wait list, whether you've had it, like, again, let me know your experience. I'd love to hear from you. And if anyone out there wants to chat more about this, I'm definitely open to that too. So hope to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.